When you think of an electric charged combatant, these two always come to mind. Pikachu, Ash's first Pokemon.
And Blanka, the man-beast of Brazil.
I'm Wizard and he's Boomstick, and it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. Standing barely over 1 foot tall and weighing less than a newborn baby, Pikachu is the quick-footed electric mouse Pokemon, and the first under the command of Ash, a 10-year-old trainer from Pallet Town, because you don't need puberty to travel the world by yourself.
Pikachu is now Ash's most loyal and trusted companion, but he sure didn't start that way. He was actually kind of a dick. Then again, if a 10-year-old was trying to trap me in a tiny ball and make me fight other creatures to the death, I'd probably fuck him up too.
Being so small, Pikachu has low stamina and physical strength, but more than makes up for it with speed. However, his EV training was arbitrary and inconsistent.
EV what now?
Effort value training. Every time a Pokemon wins a battle, one of its abilities improve depending upon the opponent. Taking the first seasons of the show into account, we have compiled an estimation of Pikachu's statistics upon reaching his maximum level. By defeating so many Spearow early on, Pikachu's speed is off the charts.
The little lightning rat isn't just quick. He's got two incredibly powerful weapons built into his face. Those aren't just rosy cheeks, they're electricity sacks, which he uses for attacks like his trademark Thunderbolt. And when that won't do the trick, he can use the extra fast quick attack to surprise his foes, or Iron Tail, which turns his tail hard as steel. Electro Ball is a projectile that for some reason deals more damage the slower an opponent is. But when things get serious, he'll bust out his greatest attack, the Volt Tackle.
The Volt Tackle strikes with the force of a mouse-powered Megaton warhead, but there's a catch. Pikachu receives recoil damage equaling 33% of the total damage dealt. This move cannot be used lightly.
Well, that's dumb. It's like, hey, I can kill you, but I'm gonna blow up my arm.
That's kind of weird.
Regardless, Ash's Pikachu is astounding. He's like a living battery, weaponized. Not only can he discharge an enormous amount of power, he can also absorb electricity and use it against his foes. In fact, he can conduct more wattage than any ordinary Pikachu, making him one of the toughest of his kind.
Yeah, but he's got his limits. Get too much electricity stored up and boom, no more Pikachu.
It's true, Pikachu is still a tiny mouse Pokemon with very clear limits. And even though he has long since reached his maximum potential, he refuses to evolve into the vastly superior Raichu due to some pretentious excuse of love and acceptance. What a waste of potential. Can you imagine how powerful he could be as a Raichu?
But Pikachu's accomplished quite a lot of impressive feats on his own. He's beaten legendary Pokemon and developed new fighting techniques like the Counter Shield and Mid-Air Spin Dodge. He may be the size of a squirrel, but he's one tough fighter.
Pikachu!
As a child, Jimmy Blanka was a pale-skinned Brazilian boy. That is, until the horrific plane crash,
Like Lost.
of which he was the sole survivor, stranded in the Amazon. Trapped in an area filled with dangerous predators, he was forced to camouflage himself day and night. After many years of this, his skin absorbed enough chlorophyll to turn a permanent green hue.
Really? I always thought he was just some kind of jungle monster beast guy.
Despite his appearance, Blanka is actually extremely passive and gentle. However, piss him off and he enters an unstoppable bloodlust.
Well, that seems like a pretty drastic change.
But before he was old enough to fight the predators himself, he was forced to live off electric eels as his primary food source. After years of this diet, he developed a high resistance to electricity and somehow gained the ability to produce similar electric shocks.
Be right back. Hitting eels?
Nope, Boomstick, it doesn't work like that. Plus, we kind of have a show to do.
Fine, but afterwards I'm proving you wrong.
Okay. Blanka eventually found his way to civilization by complete accident and found a friend in Dan Hibiki, the absolute worst street fighter on Earth.
Ah, Dan. Couldn't get any real people friends, so you had to resort to Jungle Frankenstein over here.
After arriving in the city, Blanka entered the Second World Warrior Tournament and discovered he was one of the most agile competitors there, leaping and ducking around his opponents with ease like a jungle monkey, which is basically what he is.
He uses a self-taught martial art, which he learned while fighting friggin' crocodiles and jaguars, that's what.
He has several unique attacks, like the Beast Roll, with which he hurtles through the air like a bullet, obliterating all laws of physics.
I don't know which jaguar or crocodile taught him that move, but shit, I want it! That aside, he's also got a few super moves. The Grand Shave Roll is a chargeable spin attack, and with Shout of Earth, Blanka can fire off a wave of uncontrollable electric energy. But you really gotta watch out for the Lightning Cannonball, where he rockets forward as a spinning ball of electric death.
Blanka is a deadly fighter and obviously an extremely tough survivor. However, his greatest weakness comes from his lack of formal training. In fact, the only training he's ever had was under the tutelage of, guess,
Don't say it.
Dan Hibiki.
That's like anti-training.
And yet he has proven his combat skills time and time again. Though he did not win the World Warrior Tournament, he was picked from hundreds to represent Brazil, and through it rediscovered his mother and hometown. At long last, Blanka had come home.
Most terrifying family reunion ever.
All right, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
It's time for a death battle!
Fight! Not good enough!
You know, I've always wanted to eat a Pokemon. What? They look delicious!
Pikachu may be powerful, but he can't compete with Blanka's ruthless skill.
Even though Pikachu was clearly quicker on his feet, his attacks had little effect. Blanka could resist the electric attacks, and the Iron Tail is a Steel-type move, which as we all know is weak against electricity. Pikachu's only option was to outmatch Blanka's physical strength and stamina, which was just too much for the little guy.
And despite keeping a clear head, Pikachu rarely shows any exemplary competence or aptitude on his own. Many of his greatest achievements are actually a result of his trainer's quick thinking or downright luck.
Everything was going well until Pikachu lost his head.
The winner is Blanka.
Next time on Death Battle. I fucking say
Oh my god!
Somebody get me a motherfucking table to flip!